Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Elizabeth, the Minister of Beauty, and I share the Bible that's business, inspiration, beauty, life, and enjoyment. And it is Monday. I like to talk about business on Mondays, and this is going to be a little quick video. I wanted to talk about validation and how it is important in a number of different aspects, but it's the type of validation that you should be respecting and receiving, and then there's others that you really shouldn't even worry about, that you don't really need validation from. And I'm just going to share a quick story, and then yeah and that's actually why I'm talking about this. It was a little bit of a surprise to me because I'm a beauty business owner. I'm a licensed esthetician. I own a brick and mortar beauty business that I started in 2008, but I've been an entrepreneur since 2006. I was previously in the legal field for 12 years and transitioned into the field of wellness and beauty because I really needed to do it for my life, for my sanity, for my mind. And I'm really grateful that I did have the courage to step out and do that. But in 2009, I specialize in eyelash extensions. It's one of my specialties. I am a master lash artist, and in my area, I was actually one of the first in my state to even become a certified lash stylist, and I was the first business that specialized in eyelash extensions that I started in 2008 in my state. So I'm definitely grateful and I'm proud of it. Excuse me. I am proud of that. I have worked with thousands of women over the years, myself individually with my own hands. That's not to count the many women and men that have graced the business over the years, that have been seen by team members and staff and things like that over the years. But I digress. I saw a client in 2009 for the first time, and she wasn't sure if she would just need to get them touched up or what she needed to do because she felt that they were uncomfortable. And long story short, I just let her know. I said, look, this is pretty just clumped up together, matted together. I would say let's remove these and let's start fresh, because she did want to have some accentuation to her eyes, but she just wasn't sure if what was previously done by another business, someone else at another business, was done right. And I did it for her. And when I finished with the service, like, she looked in the mirror and she like dropped the mirror and just like gave me a big hug, and she said, I cannot believe that I can't even really feel them. Like, I see them, but I don't feel them. And I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to feel them. I didn't know that there wasn't supposed to be some level of uncomfortability, because you hear this phrase, beauty is pain. So sometimes people believe that, but with eyelash extensions, it should not hurt. So long story short, she had been coming in bi-weekly and even sometimes weekly for years, and she took a break because of some health issues for about 6 years, and then she started coming back to us, and she specifically wanted to see me because I don't typically work with new clients myself anymore. And that was in July of last year when she returned and started coming back, and she's been coming back ever since. Well, this past weekend she wanted to treat her sister, and her sister, I don't know if she's younger or older, but my client herself, I know she's in her late 60s. So having her sister was an honor to me. But when she brought her in, she was just so excited for her to meet me. And she said, look, this is my sister. I never told you this, but when I got my lashes done and had the horrible experience years ago, she also got hers done, and it was just so bad. Like, she just didn't even want to try it ever again because it was such, she was just scarred since that time. And she had a lot of them taken off, and she said she just felt like she had no natural lashes remaining. So she mentioned to her that she was thinking about getting them done again and was considering maybe trying someplace else. And she said, no, 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 no. You got to go to my girl. You got to go to my girl. So I'm just like so excited for her to come and get them done. So we did them, and I was very honored to be able to see her. But this video, it's not about eyelash extensions, it's about validation and how it is important, but it's important to get it from the right people. You see, the validation that I received many years ago was when I did my client's service. She dropped the mirror, gave me a big hug. At that moment, I knew I was on the right track with what I decided to do, which was leave the legal field to come into the industry of wellness and beauty, because I had my doubts. I wasn't 100% sure that it was going to work out for me, but here I am 14 years later doing this, and I'm not shocked, but I'm grateful that I was strong enough to continue to move forward in spite of the moments where I had the doubts, in spite of the others that had their opinions, and I didn't worry about the validation from those people that just didn't really matter. Because that's the thing. Sometimes people will speak things to you or about you or even over you, because words are so strong and so powerful. You have to negate what isn't there for you, who isn't there for you, and not expect the validation from those negative people, because they really don't matter. And what they want you to do is to believe that what they say does matter, because if you start to believe it, then it will start to take shape in your life. But the validation that I got from my client many years ago was one of those things that really helped me to continue to move forward, because like I said, I wasn't sure exactly if this was going to be what I should continue doing, but I took the risk. I felt that it was worth the risk, and I'm really grateful that I decided to move forward in spite of the risk that was there, because I wasn't sure if eyelash extensions were just going to be a trend. But my beauty business, which we specialize in brows as well and skincare, lashes are a huge part of that. And back then, I didn't know if it was going to be a trend, but I said, you know what? I'll never know if I don't try, and I did. So the validation that I got from that client many years ago still stands true to this day, because so many years later, when she and her sister had the bad experience, she decided to move forward to try someplace else, which was my business. And her sister said, nah, I'm good. But she still decided to listen to her sister many years later. And 14 years later, her sister listened to her, and she came in and she got a beautiful set of lashes done with us this past weekend. I was honored to do it myself, because like I said, I usually don't work with new clients myself anymore, hands-on, but I'm still there. I still work with clients. I just don't work with clients as much as I did before anymore. And the majority of the clients that I do see, of course, they're my VIP people that have been coming to me for many years, and I'm grateful for each and every one, no matter how long they've been coming. But I'm just one person. I can't see everyone. But I digress. Validation, it is important to a certain extent, but you have to know who you need the validation from, what you need the validation from. And even with social media, you may be on Instagram or Facebook, and you don't have that blue check mark, that verification check. I don't care about that. I don't have it. I don't need it. I'm doing really well. I believe I'm going to be doing even better, because I'm speaking those things into my life, and I'm also working towards it as well. But I don't need validation from social media or from a social media company to say you are great, you are worthy, you are good enough, you are who you are. I know who I am. A verification check mark doesn't make you who you are. So that's another thing to just think about as well. Validation, in my opinion as well, the greatest validation that I have is the fact that God and the God within me gave me the creative ideas to execute, and I'm doing it. And so that validation that I got from on high and from within has been the greatest validation that I have ever received. So don't seek validation. Just believe that what you have been inspired to do, what you feel like in your spirit you have been led to do, it is the right thing. You will never know unless you do it and unless you try. And don't seek validation from those that don't matter, because they're going to be, I believe, more for you than against you. There's always going to be haters. There's always going to be people that don't believe in you. There are always going to be people that don't want to support you and don't want to see you excel and exceed. Hey, we all have them. I know I have them, but I don't focus on that. And I am really just so grateful that I felt like what I decided to do years ago was worth the risk. Take the risk, move forward, and execute. So, again, don't worry about seeking validation, but know that validation in certain extents, like I just explained and gave examples are important, but don't seek the validation, and definitely don't expect the validation from those that you know are not going to be supportive of you anyway. You don't need to have that vote of confidence from those people that are really waiting to see how long it's going to work out for you and when it's going to fail. Just ignore those. So thank you guys so much for being here on the channel with me. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Please leave a comment and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So guys, until the next time, I am Elizabeth, the Minister of Beauty, sharing the Bible, that is business, inspiration, beauty, life, and enjoyment. So until the next time, I hope and pray you all have an amazingly blessed and beautiful day, and I'll see you next time.